Hi guys, this is Seth from the attic, where I dwell. Hence why it's Rants from the Attic Dweller. Basically, I'm gonna rant away. Um, don't get any greater meaning from this. It's exactly what it sounds like. Right now, there's no visual. It's just audio. Hopefully, I can eventually start doing that, or I might just crash and burn. Who knows? Anyway, where do I begin? Okay, so like all of you, I use the internet for a majority of my work and entertainment. Um, I just got a new computer, and unfortunately, I haven't got an ad blocker. I probably should. But I've noticed something, and you've probably noticed this too. It gives you the ads for stuff that you recently searched. That's nothing new. But lately, it's been those consulting, like, hey, want to make money in like 3 minutes? I'm going to show you how. And it comes off with these optimistically, like, almost frightening level, an eerie sense of optimism that you it's like, hey, this is $60,000 staring right at you in the face. After I make that in a second, meaning after a minute, I'm gonna have like 120,000. Well, no, that's okay, whatever. Even though that math doesn't add up, but he's like, I don't care. It's like, click on this link now. And it's like, but dude, I'm your friend. It's like, you're not. I just met you and we're not really even talking. But you know what? I want to humor you. And he's like, get a real estate loan now. And I'm just thinking, there are people out there where they're like, man, I really want a house, like feed into that American dream. But you don't have a good credit score. You suck. It's just you suck. That's what the bank said. You suck, and I don't want to invest in you. Okay, well, thank you for being polite, even though I'd rather you just say, nah, you suck. That's what your credit rating is. It's between 300 and something, 300 and like 500. You suck. So he comes up and he says, and I'm like, all right, I'll click on the link just because your level of optimism and just excitement over $60,000. It's like, okay, save it for your sexual partner. It's like, because he was like jizzing on the desk. That's how he was like, whoa, guys, check this out. Oh God, like, all right, calm down there, they're spiky. So click on the link and it says just enter some few information. It's like, already I feel like you're lying to me. You said I had to enter very little information, and actually in reality it was little comparatively to what banks would make you fill out. But I put in the worst shit out there. I put in like, I have 40 kids, mind you. I don't really, but I have 40 kids. I am in debt to like 4 different banks, and then I put other, and they're like, describe other, and I just write the mob of many ethnic diversities. Meaning, it's like, we want to break your leg there, Tony. It's like, dude, PC, check your privilege. All right. We'll also drown you in ice, too, to give homage to that Cambodian crew that do that. But yeah, let's be diverse in your violence, people. That's ultimately the crime being committed, is you're not checking your privilege when you kill people. Or how about like just stop killing people? But that's here nor there. So I put in all this shit, and then it reviews it and says, you've been approved. We couldn't give you the amount because I wanted 100,000. That was the only thing in the application that wasn't ridiculous. So I put in 100,000. I mean, it approved me for $500, but it's like, what can I invest in? Actually, I found some land in New Mexico that I could. I'm debating it. Just saying. However, the interest rate was 700%, and it would start the week after. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck? But you'd have to read the long, you agree to this thing. You know how many people don't do that? Everyone's watching. Everyone's watching like, nobody does that. They're like, well, iTunes, I never do that, and that doesn't lead to anything bad. Yeah, because you don't have to use your house as collateral when you buy a fucking Creed song. Or I'm sorry, Amazon doesn't ask for collateral when you want to, rent for 24 hours A Star Is Born. Like, that shit doesn't happen. I, of course, decided, and I wrote in a, because I said, no, I don't accept that. And they said, in a few words, can you explain to me? And I said, well, I don't appreciate, I don't really want to have to pay back 700% and potentially lose the little things that I have, such as, well, my home. And they're like, we wouldn't take your home from you. because it started a chat window with someone on the other end, and I'm just thinking, well, then what would you take? And they go, I mean, we'd just settle with a car, maybe, if you have. Do you have one? And I'm just thinking, oh, how nice of you. You know what? I'm rude. Let me go ahead and then check that box. You know what? Because I thought you were going to take my house. No, you're right. You are so polite. You're really ushering in the new age of what it means to be a respectful loan shark. So I of course then declined. Like, wait, what happened? And I just fucking hung up. I mean, after all, I didn't even expect that. I was listening to one of those like Dead Moth songs. I didn't expect that I would then be going on this digression, alternative timeline into, you know, the intrinsic world of predatory banking. You shouldn't have to do that, but at the same time, that is what makes the money go around, isn't it? Is it not? Ugh. I love the consultant people, where, especially that one guy, Sam Ovens, he's the dude from Australia. You know, the market doesn't care, and he tries to come off as your friend. You know, the market doesn't care about whether or not you know, what they care about is what you're into. The market doesn't care if you're, you know, into, you know, butt sex or, you know, stopwatches. The market just responds to what's good in the time, and it's been doing that. So when something makes a lot of money, like Bitcoins, I'll tell them in a long letter on how I didn't make money investing in Bitcoins. Literally, but in my imagination, Sam, couldn't that be just about anything? It's like, I made money by investing in sex equipment. All I had to do was duct tape my head and let some Russian chick stick a 14-inch long dildo down my throat. But I made all my money back. And you're listening to me like, wow, this guy's making money because he has a fucking motorcycle in his apartment in New York. Who does that? But then it's like, yeah. But assuming this conversation that I'm telling you is true, why are you duct taping your head going down the rabbit hole of butt sex, sodomy, and, you know, car grease? Like, does that even go there? Well, I didn't know that, but the market dictates. Stop saying the market. Stop saying the market, Sam. I get it. You know what you're looking at. Give me what you have. But what he has is he's gonna sell you. He's gonna sell you. He's selling you his exact business model. So he's gonna teach me how to make money. And he's like, you know, individuals I really respect are Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos. And it's like, first off, yeah, Amazon's great. Amazon also is behaving like a virus. They're consuming everything. They're driving up the price of the Seattle area beyond unreasonable measure. Also, they hemorrhage money to run other people out of work. If I'm selling paintball guns, which I did, they'll run you out of business just to maintain that market. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that your bread and butter was fucking paintball guns. It's like that level of small dick. And if you look at Bezos, that dude is just, I mean, he's ripped, he's jacked, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying is he's doing everything that, you know, you would expect out of that level of person. It's just like, yeah, man, I go home and I bang my completely average wife. I get it. You're not married to a supermodel, and you could be. How lucky for her that she's sacrificing herself so she can be with the great mighty Bezos. Dude, grow the fuck up, man. You know what? Monopolies are bad for a reason. Bill Gates also had a monopoly. Granted, he gives a lot of his money away in charities. That's true. Okay. Is it a charity, though? Because he gets some of that money back. I actually don't know if that's true. I said that, but I actually kind of take that back. I mean, at least he's giving his money away. And he did. Him and Warren both did, actually. They're bad examples. Because even they say that, you know, there needs to be more distribution from the top. I mean, Bezos, though, says, hey, I'm just doing what Americans do. I'm like, you know, I'll say that Frank Lucas from American Gangster. I'm just trying to make a living by running us all out of business. The only thing is they were dealing in heroin, so it was kind of like, well, why don't y'all just stop? All right, that's fair. But Bezos, I mean, he's giving you like, well, I really needed a DVD drive. Why? Well, they don't make computers with them anymore. Okay, go to Walmart. It's $40. Okay, order it online. It's cheaper. It takes a week. All right, order it from Amazon. Oh, cool. It's probably going to be the same. Wrong. It's not. It was like, I saved $10 and I got it the next day. All right, convenient. 1 for Amazon, 0 for Seth. More like 1 million for Amazon. I mean, they're making money left and right. And you know what? Amazon's not bad. I have a friend. She writes erotic novels, and she publishes them all on Amazon. And you know what? People are reading them, and it gets your rocks off. I mean, it's kind of weird though. Some of that shit's like werewolves and dinosaurs getting fucked, and it's like, all right, if that's your thing, there's a huge market for it. And as our friend Sammy Evans would say, if it's in demand for the market, then you got to do it. So if dinosaurs are fucking werewolves or werewolves dinosaurs, whatever, then that's what we invest in, and we make your money back. And it's like, yeah, no, I totally agree there, Sam. That's the world we live in. But anyway, I digress from the main point, which I haven't actually really addressed to you guys. The main point here is, I read this article today. I get a lot of stuff through Vox and just different sources, Psych Today, the New Yorker, even Seattle Times from when I lived there. I still get their online. And they did an article on, if you study a field of science, even as a hobby, it increases your capacity to learn and your ability to accept new ideas and connect and make what they call like bridges, intellectual connections that allow you to basically become wiser. And I'm just thinking, well, yeah, that's true. But then read the article. It tells you exactly how. When they say science could be anything. Anything that makes you think, like, why is this happening? If I say, well, it's happening because my benevolent friend in the sky, he says that if I make everyone believe me and love me, then I'll go to heaven. I'll hang out with him for an eternity. Yeah. What else would it be? You gonna hang out with the same dude for an eternity? Yeah. Well, he's great. He's perfect. Then how could you possibly keep up with him? Why would he want to spend time with you? He's perfect. You don't know what that is. What? It's perfection, though. Right, I know. How do you think you two are going to get along? Why are you wording it like that? Because it's a valid question. You want to take this literal? Then let's look at it if it was. You, my friend A, his name is Zach, believe that if you follow the Bible word for word, you will go to heaven and you'll be granted cupcakes and everything you love with no consequences. Okay, so that by that logic, and you're going to hang out with this dude, which is being that created you. Because that's what he's waiting for, to hang out with you. Because he's perfect, so he can break all of his time. He's doing it with one person and another person. He's the master of multitasking because he's perfect. Right. But that also plays both ways. This dude made a criteria, a completely understandable criteria. He doesn't like gays, apparently. You have to follow his tenets. You have to be baptized in some dirty reused water. Okay. But, listen, he will hang out with you, which could be whatever you want, but he's also doing it with everyone else. How convenient. There's nothing to prove there. You could expand on that and make a cool story. Unfortunately, you're not, because you really think that this is what's getting you through life. All right, once again, perfect God. You're telling me this perfect being is looking forward like, dude, just 3 more days, and then he's going to die and come hang out with yours truly. But at the same time, being perfect, he must understand you're also capable of temptation. And in that 3 days, you're about to die. You're waiting on death's bed, and you're looking into the sky. Oh, man, you're having completely normal human regrets. And you're thinking, oh, man, oh, God, I really wish I'd banged that hooker. What was her name? And then through the door, in walks a big-breasted, or whatever you're into, voluptuous being of sexual pleasure, and she's going to do anything to you. And you bang the shit out of her, just right there in the hospital room. And you know what? Even the doctor was like, dude, I've got this blog that I do called Sex with Dr. D. The D stands for dick. It stands for Davin. His last name is Davin, we're just saying. But he found that it was good for marketing. So he's recording the whole fucking thing, and it's just working out in your favor, and then all of a sudden your heart just gives out and you die. But you got to do that. So you You're going up to hang out with your best friend who, because he's perfect, he must have planned for this. So you just think, yeah, I'm going in. You go to scan your little card that you get when you automatically die. You have like this little passcode, and it says, access denied. And then it says, and then you hear on the little intercom to the gates, because they're updated. They have operating systems. It says, can I help you? It's Herman. He's the gate guard. Yeah, no, my key's not letting me in. I've done it. Have you done everything right as a Catholic? Yeah, I have. Yeah, let me see what's going on then for you, Zach. Yeah, because God would be sitting there and be like, wait, what do you mean? Wait, he banged the girl? Wait, what? But that's not cool, man. I mean, I was gonna give him an eternity worth of them kind of women. He can do whatever he wants. Oh, Jesus Christ. But he's in like a board meeting with his angels. And he's like, oh, God, I didn't plan for this. But they know he's not perfect. They're like, look, God, come on, just... And he whispers in his ear, like, it's like, that's good. We could run with that idea. All right. Herman? Yeah, let him know. Yeah, so, actually, you just missed the deadline. We're not taking Catholics anymore. Wait, what do you mean? I did everything that it was supposed to tell me, that the book told me to do. Yeah... We're actually only taking Southern Baptists and Mormons now. Sorry, buddy. You can make an appeal. All right, I'll do that. Where do I do that? Too late. And he presses a button, and next thing you know, you're in a flaming pit of hell. I guess being ripped apart by demons but the demons have no reason to hate you because you're doing everything they wanted you to do. It sounds like this. An omnipotent being such as God is an angry, emotionally disturbed ex-partner who's like, I'm going to put them to the test to see if they love me. Isaac, kill your son. All right, sure. A normal, rational, perfect being would probably be like, yeah, I can't believe I asked you to do that. I made a mistake. That's part of being perfect. It's a fallacy. Yeah, no, it is. You asked me to kill my son. I don't really know if I want to believe in you. That would have been the correct course of the book. Actually, I've been wanting to rewrite the Bible recently and have that be in there and be like, yeah, so, I'm not down with killing my son. But you have to show utter faith to me. Yeah, I really want to go out with the friends tonight. It's been a while. I haven't gotten out. Abraham, when I ask you to do something, you do it. Yeah, but I've been working all day. I really just want to go and hang out with the friends. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not good enough for you. It's like, because once you word it like that, it doesn't really sound like someone you want to devote your whole life to. Oh, but it's the ideas and tenets that we hold dear and sacred and uphold with uttermost blind loyalty. Well, that very blind loyalty is also what's making you dumber because you're not questioning or breaking anything down. Look, if you're religious, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not a religious person. I don't have time for it. But I will say this. I mean, how would that even go? You going to heaven? I mean, many comedians have talked about this issue, doing bits. So it's like it's not much different from me. But it's like I have to meet prerequisites for like a job interview, and it's like, yeah. So I'm noticing here you had a moment of where you were banging some hookers. Yeah, well, I was hormonal. I was working out all the time. Yeah, so were they baptized? Well, I didn't stop to get their information. Yeah, that's questionable. I mean, we'll be in touch. Which they're not. You're going straight to hell at that point. And you know what, Lucifer? I mean, come on, man. I mean, what? He's the one who said, "Look, I'm done with your shit, God. I'm done with it. Fuck you. I'm out of here." He's like, "No one walks away from me. I'm perfect. I'll have you know." He's like, "Yeah, sure. Well, not everyone knows you like me, there, babe." Slaps him on the butt. He's like, and next thing you know, Lucifer's like, where am I? He fucking black bagged by another angel, drags him to hell, puts him in the cell, and then they're like, yeah, don't call us, we'll come get you, maybe, never. He's like, God damn it. See, this is what he's like screaming at the ceiling, and he's like, this is what you do. They're going to learn about you someday. Ugh, poor Lucifer. Classic fall. Well, that's like, I mean, look at the parallel with Anakin Skywalker. That dude fucking, he had it all for a Jedi Knight. And then what did he do? What the fuck did he do? He He's like, I need her in my life. Yeah, but you just killed one of your council members. If they were to accept you, or if you were to survive that Brett Kavanaugh-esque kind of trial, it's like, should he stay on the Jedi Council? Just if Anakin Skywalker behaved like Brett Kavanaugh, then the whole movie would have changed in theme. It would have been like, I still feel like it would have been entertaining, but it would have been just different. Like, I actually don't empathize with Anakin at all. He it's like it's like, Anakin Skywalker, what is this bit here? What's the Devil's Triangle? It's a drinking game. Okay. What? Why? We were young. Young? You joined us when you were 6. This was clearly written a year ago. You're still a young adult. Like, what are you doing? Who are you drinking with? You know, some people down at the pub. What? What pub? Wait, was Qui-Gon involved with this? He goes, no, flatulence. That's also the thing. Yeah, we just, because in Star Wars they're gonna have something like Urban Dictionary. These are all drinking, and if any trial has to look at Urban Dictionary as in a trial to like determine, then you shouldn't get on any, whether it's the Jedi or the Supreme Court. You just shouldn't get on there. So I mean, he was kind of already doomed, because he responded with anger, like, would you do that? It's like, well, you're getting angry over this line of questioning, so yeah. Well, it seems like you're setting me up to fail. Well, why are you getting so testy? I mean, you're gonna get in. I mean, Yoda's just like, a prophecy I know, future I can see, because like, I know this shit, man. Like, you'll get in. It's just not gonna be how you wanted it. What do you mean? Don't worry about it, or worry not, young one. But I'll see you on Tuesday for counseling. It's like, yeah, no, let's not tell. So yeah, so Brett Kavanaugh is a lot like Anakin Skywalker, minus the sexual rape allegations. They're more just how they handle under pressure, which still don't think their temperaments were right. But yeah, Star Wars is dead to me, guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys are a fan, but totally dead, absolutely dead. I mean, I've watched. First off, major plot mistakes. The spaceship is going so fast it's just going fast. So they use that hyperdrive to go through the ship. No, because hyperspace travel is going through a different dimension. Are you changing that now? Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. We're delaying your You're not, the expectation of the film. Like, when you're done watching, you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch? This wasn't Star Wars. And to be honest with you, the Han Solo movie, I mean, I'm really, the first episode, I'm going to drive a wedge between all of you, the 3 people who might actually listen to this. Han Solo movie, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It portrayed Han Solo as a kid. I mean, it was entertaining for the most part. I mean, it told it how it was as he was a kid, and I liked how Darth Maul was the leader of the crime syndicate. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. He's a go-getter, very, very, Republican-esque. I'm out there to make a difference, man. I'll use a crime syndicate, because he was betrayed by his masters. But I mean, people get mad because they don't like the show. But it's like, what do you mean you don't like the show, or they don't like the movie? It's a thing about Han Solo. That's like, what do you expect from it? Thing is, you're watching the same shit over and over again, and you're getting used to the same stuff. What you want, really, I think, is that's when people watch movies like Valhalla Rising, which is a movie with Mads Mikkelsen a while back, and it's so odd and leaves a lot open, but at the same time, kind of tells you exactly what's going on. It's up for you to decide. They're watching like, this is fucking brilliant. But if you were to release that years ago, they'd be like, yeah, this isn't developed enough. I don't really get what's going on. Is he bad or is he good? It's not the point about being bad or good. Or is it the point? Back then, it's like, well, I need to know that. That's how we're going to market it, fuckface. No, get out of here. Again, same with the movie Drive and Only God Forgives. It's why you'll get videos. It's like, it's fucking great. I love it. It's like, well, why do you have the guy chop his hands off? I don't know. Maybe because he felt bad. Isn't that what you do? That's kind of like this. I worked in mental health for a bit, and I took a client out to Walmart, and he started He started jerking off right there in Walmart. And then when I handled it by, like, throwing a towel over him because he was nonverbal, and people were just like, what's going on? I was like, don't worry about it. I'm a trained professional. It was awkward. I finally get back there, and I'm like this. I'm like, they're like, well, what did you do, and what could you have done better? And I'm like, I mean, who says he did anything wrong? They're like, well, he started masturbating in Walmart. And I go, well, what do you do in Walmart? I don't know about you. Like, I turned it back on them. I'm like, I mean, come on. What do you do? I threw a towel over him and said, nothing to see here, folks. And they're like, well, I mean, that does seem, but aren't you bringing attention to him? Would you rather have me let him just walk around jerking off with his dick out? I mean, either way, he's getting attention. At that point, you're just damage controlling. That's your best bet there, people. I mean, come on. I mean, it was fun. You would have had to been there. It's like, you couldn't. It's a HIPAA violation. Well, take my word for it. It was, looking back, it's funny. I mean, looking back, it was pretty funny. Just watching this kid doing this. And it's like, he's looking at me, and his eyes are like darting back and forth. And he's like, you knew I was going to do this. And I'm like, yeah, I did. That's why I wasn't mad. But, I mean, people were like, throw a towel over that boy. That's so indecent. It's like, so is the alternative. What would you rather look at? And how it is, why stop and stare? So that you can, like, be like, well, that kid's not a responsible parent. I'm not his parent, but, guardian. You're like, yeah, you're right. It's not responsible. Fuck! Yeah. I mean, it's, you're quick to judge, but then when you put yourself in their shoes, it's like, look what I have to deal with. Would you rather have me brought this kid who would have just started biting people? No. You're not going to tell me, like, because everyone, when they're asking, like, well, when it happened, I was just so devastated. I was just thinking, how do I get through this? How do I endure? And it's like, you clench your sphincter and you clench your muscles and you shrug it off. When you work in those jobs, you learn that that's the outcome. When you're outside looking in and you're quick to judge and say, well, they're not treating people with decent respect. Well, that's true to an extent. We're not chaining them up and spraying them with hoses, at least. Yes, I'm not saying that there isn't work we need to do. I'm just saying, hey, if you're jerking off in a Walmart and I got a towel nearby, I'm going to throw it on you. The thing was, though, I had forgotten the towel. And we just happened to be near the towel section. I just kind of grabbed it and threw it over. And it was just like, oh, good for you, sir. And you know what? I thought, oh, shit, I'm going to have to pay for this. I walked out with it. I came back later and just said, here, take it. And they're like, well, I can't. What item are you? Just take it. So technically I didn't steal. But yeah, it's a little bit of improvisation that I utilized. Keeping this episode somewhat short, because it's an introductory episode. What do you expect me to say? I know what Sam Ovens is going to say. Who the fuck is Seth Cluley, mate? The market doesn't predict Seth being here. Well, why should I invest in Seth Cluley? It's like, well, Sam, not everything's about making money, dickwad. Like, that's the thing, is you get people who are so consumed with just making money. Like, they're like, oh my God, I gotta make money. It's who I am. It's just a minute. You're trying to impress yourself, but you're trying to impress someone else because they made you feel insecure at one time, and now you can look at them in the face and be like, ha 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 ha, and you can finally jerk off their misconception of what you've become. You can be like, look, I'm better than you are. Get on your fucking knees and take it in the face. And it's like, wait a minute, who are you again? I'm Jeff Davis from we had history class together. Where? Millbridge High School. I didn't go there. Oh, shit. Oh, you look so much like her. Yeah, maybe save that for the reunion, which is what reunions are for. It's just a big job, and everybody's like, well, I accomplished this. You see that coming? The one guy that goes there, just in spite of all that, it says, most likely not to succeed. Yes, there are some high schools that have actually had that as a thing that they've allocated, a title that they've bestowed upon the poor sap that just was so unrecognizable. He goes back there, he's like, well, I own a company. I did this, this, and this. I fucking flew to the moon. I then opened up a Burger King on the moon. Burger King went broke. Guess what? I opened up a fucking Chick-fil-A on the moon. Great. Who are you again? The guy that was least likely to succeed. Yeah, because because we don't know you, or we never knew you. You were just so shy. Irony. Like, that's what that is. That's irony. Like, but I did all this to be amazing. Well, did you like doing it? No, I wanted to fucking be a poet. But I would have the bank accounts to match. How would I get you to get on your knees so I could blow my load in your face? To let you know that I've succeeded and you haven't. Well, I'm not going to let you do that. But then the one girl who's like most likely to succeed, the most cosmic, like, if you want me to believe in a God, it would have to be this. I'll let you jerk off in my face. Why? Because I need a hit, man. Opiate crisis out of control. It's like, yeah, it's pretty out of control. Wait, are you all right? Like, I'll do anything for $30. It's like, dude, probably get more for a cum shot. Like, just know that you can get more for a cum shot there. They're Lacey. It's her name. It's like most likely to be a hooker. Okay, guys, look, I'm the head of the Glee Club. I'm the student class president. Just because my name is Candy, that doesn't mean I'm going to be a stripper. Well, did you strip? Well, yeah, I'm not going to turn the money down. College was expensive. So technically the title was right. But it's also kind of rude to assume. I mean, yeah, the title was right, but I mean, come on, guys. What the hell? Fucking Lacey. And I mean, here's the thing. It's kind of the same reason why a lot of people, like, I moved all around. I've lived in so many places, guys. And, you know, I mean, right now I'm living in Maine again, which is where I'm from. There's not much here. They say, oh, there's growth. Yeah, well, that's in the minds of the people that are already experiencing growth. I will say this. You know, people that claim to be enlightened and that they know everything and have the answers, there's probably a level of truth to maybe what they're preaching. Maybe a fragment of that proclamation is that they did travel around. They learned some things. They found a niche and they exploited it, or, you know, developed in that area. They have a customer base, whatever. They're now not disposable, because that's what it is. If someone says something you like, you can market it. The choice is, will you? I don't know. Maybe. But, I mean, Steven Seagal is the best example of this, and I'm not the first person to, like, bitch about this guy. I mean, growing up, I watched some of his movies, but I watch it now, and I'm like, these are so lame. First off, he's the same character in every fucking movie. He's like an ex-CIA guy who is like the most skilled assassin in the world. No, I don't want that. I don't want I don't want him to be that. I want him to, at least Jet Li was in a movie called Ocean Heaven, or Water Heaven, where he was like the struggling father with a child with severe autism. And I'm thinking, all right, when's the ninjas coming out? They never did. That wasn't the point of the film. He even realized, you know, I'm kind of sick of kicking people in the face. I don't want to be just known for that. Steven Seagal, on the other hand, loves it. He's like, hey, man, I'm really skilled in martial arts, and, you know, I've been, you know, doing this, like, you know, I trained with the founder of jiu-jitsu. Okay, so he's dead. You haven't. It's a lie. But just admit to me, the style you focused on is a style meant to disarm people of swords. Congratulations, Stephen. You're a master of an antiquated style with weapons we no longer use in combat. Yes, Stephen, you're great. But, you know, he claims to be such a peace-loving... Really? Because you're breaking bones left and fucking right, Steve. And he's just like... You know, I'm not the first person to rant about this, but someone had told me that or when I was living in Seattle, he was doing a TV show, not the TV show where he's a cop, but he was doing a TV show where it was like a scripted TV show. It was like something justice. And my friend was of Asian descent. His name was Jake. And Jake was like at the gym, and Steve was training a bunch of these different actors. And he noticed, and Steve saw him because Steve had to pick some weights up. And because Jake is of Asian descent, he bowed to him, and he bowed to him, and Jake's just like, can I help you? And he's just like, I only seek to use these weights if you're not busy. And Jake was like, yeah, no, you can take them, man. What? Why? And then someone came up to him, like, why the fuck did he bow to you? And he's like, I don't know. He just wanted to ask for weights. Oh. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, what happened next? And he's like, well, then Tucker, who's white, I mean, with a name like Tucker, goes up to him and says, hey, Steve, how you going? He's like, what's up, brother? And I'm just thinking, and Jake just shouts out, you know, I can be a brother too. And then Steve like looks at him. There's like this moment of silence. He's just And you know what he does? He bows again. But yeah, no, I know other people have Steven Seagal stories. I'm not the first person to talk about this guy. No, I just thought that like, man, pretty fucking amazing. I mean, Seattle's a big poppin' place. It makes sense. I mean, this was a while ago. This was like, God, this was years ago. Because I lived out there twice. I mean, anyway, I'm ranting. I'm ranting about. Um, we're hitting about 35 minutes. I want to kind of end at 40. I appreciate all for listening. If you're listening, once again, I talk about all kinds of things. I really just rant. That's why the program is exactly what it says it is. It's just rants from the attic. I live in an attic. I see things and I get angry all the time because in my life currently, I don't have the factors or the variables due to I have severe injuries resulting where I can't actually do certain things that people do to like, hey, how do you alleviate stress? I like to lift weights and run. Hey, I can't really lift weights right now or run. My muscles are really screwed up. Well, you're going to fix them? Yeah, but, I don't have any money right now. So, this actually helps. It's socialization. It allows me to better get in tuned with what's going on the outside world because I don't leave the house much. I sit up here. I work from home. I'm a case manager. It's boring work. This is kind of interesting. And I'll tell you something. I'll tell you guys, this is what I'll leave you on for today. Is case managing, glorified secretary. That's all I am. I'm a secretary. So people will call me up and ask me and be like, do you have that paper you asked for? And I'm just like, yeah, no, I have it. It's right here. Great. Wait, why are you worried? It's my whole job. It's all I do. Why wouldn't I have it? If I didn't have it, I would have a job now, would I there, Samantha? Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Okay, Samantha, you're hot. I would bang you, but we have nothing in common. Zero in common. And at this point, I mean, I'll end you with this. I was working at a chicken restaurant, and my friend Juan comes up to me, and he says this. He says, yes, Seth, because we had one female working in the back. He's like, and I was friends with this girl. Because she was kind of weird, but, I liked her. She was cool. And I had a girlfriend at the time who I was really serious with. But, Juan jokes, he's like, hey, man, you could take her in the back and, like, get her. Fuck it. I'm just like, hold on. Stop. First off, that sounds like a lot of fucking work. I'm really tired. I work another job. I am tired. That means I'd have to take her back there. We'd have to make sure no one's coming. I'd have to take off my clothes, which means I'd have to take off my shirt, fold it, take off the pants, fold it, take the belt off, getting that just right. I'd have to untie this fucking apron that we're required to wear. And by the time I'd have to worry about getting it up, and then she'd have to worry, like, am I doing something wrong? And then we'd have this awkward conversation. No, man, it sounds like a lot of fucking work. It's like, oh my God, you want to have sex again? Jesus Christ, what are you eating? I want some. It's like, it's not what I'm eating, it's what I'm smoking. Well, stop hogging it. Well, it's expensive, and with the economy, I don't blame your unwillingness to share your drugs. Her name was Jill, with the fact that, yeah, you want this from me? I will give it to you, but you need to get me fucking high. This is a transactional relationship. And Juan just looking at me, he's like, really? I just wanted to hear you be like, oh yeah, fucking right. And I'm just like, that's it. That's moronic. I'm not gonna say that. I wouldn't say that regardless. Yeah, fucking right. It's like that's exactly what Steven Seagal expects when he says, "What's up to a white dude?" No, I'm not gonna feed into that. I refuse. I refuse to be an enabler. Anywho, anyway, you can find this. I put a bunch of it on YouTube, and also my Squarespace and Patreon. Look me up. Rants from the Attic Dweller. I will see you guys in 2 days. 2 days. So don't die.